So here we are now, we're going to start the taping process. You got me happening one? Just mixing up the mud, and we'll have the mud at a fairly thin consistency. And then we'll put it so as you can see now, put my paddle back in my water pail. As you can see, the mud's fairly thin, which is what we want. And I'll put it up on my stand there, my drywall bench. And this is what we normally use for taping. So I'm putting this in here. This thing's called a bear trap. Quite often, I mean, a regular person might not have this. You might just apply the mud on the seam by hand and physically put this tape onto the seam with pre-mudded seams. What happens here is, I'll just put my bucket around my waist. What happens here is the tape comes pre-mudded. So I'm just pulling this tape out of the bucket. I'm just going to tip the bucket down so there's a little more pressure, and there's more mud that comes out of the tape. And that's how that works. So you can see the mud's on the tape already, which just saves us a step of physically putting the mud on the seam and then dry taping over top of it. So this avoids that step. And now I'll just show you how we're going to do this. So I've just got the mud here. We're going to do the butts first. So what we do is we do the butts, which are the ends of the sheets that butt together. So we tape them first. So I can slap the tape in place, keeping it straight. Then with my 4-inch knife, I'm going to cut that. Then I'll get my pan out and my broad knife, and I'm going to wipe that tape, just like so. And then after we do another butt over here. Same sort of thing again, I'm just slapping the tape in place, keeping it centered on the seam, cutting with my knife again. And I'm wiping the tape right into the corner, trying to get rid of any excess mud at all times. Because at the end of the day, any excess mud, we're just going to have to sand that off. And no one likes sanding, so we're going to try to avoid sanding at all times. So that's that one. And now we're going to tape what they call the flats. And what the flat is on a sheet, it's where every drywall sheet has a bevel. So a bevel is a slightly recessed round side of the sheet. And what that recession will do, it will allow a space for the tape to go into and the mud to rest in, and so it won't really protrude that much below the sheet. So same thing with, same procedure, we'll just put it on the flat like so, keeping it centered again, and you can see here how on either side, there's a bit of mud in that bevel. So actually this tape and this mud is perfectly flat with this other surface. But with the butts, it'll stick down ever so slightly. And that's basically how we do the taping.